Hey mamas, and welcome to the Entering Motherhood podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Marie Bilger, a wife, mom of two, VBAC mama, and doula. Join us every episode to learn from professionals, special guests, and moms just like you, ensuring that you know what you need to know and discover things that you didn't know before. I believe in you. Let's doula this, and let's navigate the transition of entering motherhood together. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Entering Motherhood. Today, we are talking about partner support, and we're specifically focusing on what truly makes such a huge difference when it comes to birth and postpartum, as far as having partner support and what that can look like and how they can help and what they can do and things like that. So whether you are the pregnant person listening or you are a partner who's trying to figure out how to show up and support your person through this incredible transition, this episode is for you. And maybe your partner sent this to you. Maybe you're finding it on your own because you really want to know how to prepare and work together for this upcoming birth. But I am going to share with you some practical ways that partners can prepare for birth, what you might want to have on hand, what you could consider thinking about, and how you can be physically, mentally, emotionally preparing for this big day so that when the day actually comes, you both feel super confident and super connected and ready for what is to come. So let's get into it. Let's prepare. Let's get started. And partners, I just want to say that you play such a huge role in this birthing experience, whether you believe that or not, whether you think that you are a vital, critical part in all of this or not. You are not just a bystander. You are someone who is watching it happen. You are the anchor. You are the protector. You are the person who is helping your partner feel safe and supported in whatever capacity that looks like. So birth in itself is just such an incredibly hormonal, emotional, instinctual process. And when a laboring person feels seen, loved, safe, and heard, that oxytocin is flowing more freely, and that literally helps labor progress so much more smoothly. So you are such a vital person, even if you are just there holding their hand, looking into their eyes, telling them that they got this. You are making a difference. You are making a calm, supportive environment happen. And your presence alone, your gentle words, your physical support can truly make all the difference. So just be aware of that. Just know that. And even though you are not the one giving birth, you are still so much a part of that birth story and creating that space. So the more that you are prepared, the more confident you feel stepping into that space and really creating that environment, the better things are going to go. So with that, I first want to start with mental preparation, what that can look like, and some things that you can do to help prepare mentally. Birth can look and sound and even feel very intense. And there might be moments where things don't go as expected or planned. And the best thing that you can do here is help prepare yourself to stay calm and grounded and flexible during these times. So really understanding what's to come, what it might look like, what it might sound like, what types of things are happening. It's really helpful to prepare in that way mentally so that you are not shocked at anything that is happening in any stage of labor. So learning the stages of labor, first of all, is super important. Know what to expect when contractions start, know how long early labor might last, know what active labor looks like and when it typically begins, and really recognizing these things And being aware of them will help you know when to rest, when to time contractions, when to start your go time plan, if you will, when to initiate certain steps in your labor plan, birth plan, whatever it might be, and really just getting familiar with what these stages of labor look like. Making sure that you understand their birth plan is also going to help with your mental preparation. If your partner has a very specific plan laid out, if there are preferences that they would like, such as specific lighting, certain positions that they want to be in, different interventions that they want to avoid, making sure you know what kind of pain relief they're interested in, their music choice, who they want in the room. Knowing all of this birth plan information and all of the preferences that your partner wants is going to be super beneficial. And the goal here isn't to really just memorize it all, but really know what matters most, know what they are prioritizing, and know how you can help advocate for them during this time. So, talking these things through, asking what kind of preferences they have. If you are the birthing person listening to this, make sure that you're telling your partner what you're looking for. Make sure you're letting them know what your preferences are. Making sure that they actually read over your birth plan. Don't just give it to them. Have a conversation. Talk about the things that you want and desire and what that looks like and what their role is in this plan, because that's how we're going to mentally prepare, and that's how we're going to set our expectations, and that's how our partners are going to better assist us. So also, partners, make sure that you are discussing your fears and what questions you have, and maybe some preferences that you want. Do you want to cut the cord? Do you not want to cut the cord? Do you want to assist in potentially catching the baby? Is that important to you? Do you want to announce the gender of the baby? What do you want out of this experience too? What kind of things are you afraid of? Does blood make you queasy? What kind of medical things are you not sure how you're going to react to? If you need to have an operating room situation, how is that going to make you feel? What are you nervous about? How are you going to do on the drive over? Really talk through these things, talk about it ahead of time. And the more open and honest you both are with each other, with expectations and priorities and what things look like, the smoother things are going to go. So really just kind of talking it through, having those moments, those deep discussions, those expectations laid out is going to just help mentally prepare both of you during this time. And then let's talk about physical preparation, because partners can physically be doing a lot of different things before and during the birth. And so this is where physical preparation really pays off and makes a difference and helps out during the birthing process. So as far as physical preparation, let's get comfortable and familiar with different comfort measures. So counter pressure, do you know how to apply it? Do you know what that looks like? Are you working out to sustain however long you need to in order to give your partner counter pressure? So when we are in labor and our partner is applying counter pressure, which is usually hip squeezes, maybe lower back pressure, whatever it might be, we don't want to hear, "Oh my gosh, my arms hurt. I'm so tired. This sucks." Because I will tell you, we are going through a lot more than you in those moments. And so do some push-ups, do some arm curls, work those biceps, work those arms, because if you are doing a lot of counter pressure and hip squeezes, massages, holding your partner, whatever it is, you can be physically preparing for that. And it really pays off and it really helps and it really makes a difference. So learning what those different comfort measures are, even if it's, how to apply a warm compress, where it might be helpful or useful, what kind of massage tools are available or oils, or where we can be massaging and helping, supporting your partner in different position changes. What are all the different positions? How can we help get them in those positions? Maybe even if they have an epidural, we can still help put them in different positions that are going to be more beneficial to them and help move them and rock them and rotate them so that they are still utilizing movement. So the more familiar we're with those things, the more we can physically prepare. If there is a doula that is working with you, check in with them. Say, hey, do you have a partner cheat sheet? Hey, is there any information that you think I would find useful? If you are taking a childbirth education course, pay attention to the class. Don't just sit there and think that this isn't for you. Learn as much as you possibly can so that you can be assisting and helping your partner along the way. In our Own Your Birth childbirth education course, we have a section specifically for partners, geared towards partners. We have cheat sheets and checklists and helpful information there. But also, the whole entire course is beneficial and useful to know and be aware of. So be going through all of this as well. Another thing to consider is packing your own hospital bag or prepping items for a home birth yourself. What do you need? What do you want? Do you have a change of clothes? Maybe you want to have a swimsuit or something that you don't mind getting wet available so that you can get in the tub with them as well. Do you have snacks and drinks available for you that you are going to use to give yourself energy so that you can show up and be there? Maybe even a toothbrush or deodorant or a phone charger, a water bottle, whatever it might be to make you feel more yourself and prepared. And if you are at the hospital for a while, it's helping you get your head in the game and stay more alert and awake and available to keep going. Pack a sweater or a hoodie. The room could get cold. Mom is most likely getting hot and lots of things are going on. So the temperature of the room might be really cold. Make sure that you are properly dressed so that you are not complaining about the temperature of the room. So packing a bag yourself, setting items aside for a home birth situation, whatever it might be, what do you need? And making sure that you are physically getting those things together ahead of time. Plan out what your role is. Obviously, ask what that looks like and work with your midwife and your doula or provider. Know who to call, when to call, what those numbers are so that you're not asking the person who is maybe going through it, having a lot of contractions, what do I need to do? Where do we need to go? Practice going to the birth center or the hospital or wherever you need to go beforehand so that you're aware of the route, that you know what that looks like. Know where the hospital bag is. Know where all the home birth supplies are. Know how to time contractions. Know what that looks like. Have a set plan in place so that you can logistically get those things together and your partner can be staying focused on their body and the rhythm of labor and what they're doing instead of worrying about all those little details. And then you might also want to consider preparing the space too, helping curate and cultivate an environment that is going to be great for the laboring person. Maybe you are laboring at home as long as possible. Maybe you're having a home birth. Help set up the lighting, the sounds, the smells, the temperature, getting comfort items together and available, really creating that peace and cozy vibes so that that environment can be curated. And then if you are going to the hospital, Make sure that you are bringing all of those items and able to know how to set them up when you get to the hospital. Maybe diffuser and essential oils and little tea light candles are super important for the person that is birthing this baby. And so you need to know, how do I set up this diffuser? How do I put the oils in? Where should I place some of these candles? How do they want their pillow propped? Knowing all of these things so that you can play a role in helping set up this environment is going to be super beneficial. This can also look like handling visitors and family members, or making sure that your pets are fed and let out and text messages are going to people that need to be going to. You're helping be that gatekeeper for the birth space and helping create what that looks like. Other ways that you can be super helpful and super supportive is by giving emotional and verbal support. So sometimes the most powerful kind of support can be in your words, and a few simple but super meaningful phrases that can make a world of difference, other than what we sometimes hear partners saying is just breathe, just relax, just stay calm. Like, that's not going to be helpful. But what could be helpful is saying things like, you're doing such an amazing job. You're safe where you are. I'm right here with you. We're exactly where we need to be. Maybe instead of breathe, you can say, breathe with me. Let's breathe together. Let's take this one contraction at a time. Keeping your energy really grounded, breathing slowly, having soft tones, and really creating that steady presence is going to go a long way. Even just mimicking the type of breath that they should be focusing on. Maybe they're not breathing and you want to remind them to breathe. So you just take a deep breath yourself and you let them mimic you. That can be super beneficial. Helping remind them to relax their jaw, relax their eyebrows, relax their shoulders, giving them a gentle touch and a gentle reminder, doing some eye contact if that is something that they prefer, or letting them squeeze your hand. These can all be super beneficial ways to support your partner. And then when it comes to postpartum, the support doesn't stop there. Trust me, when baby comes, you are just as vital, just as important. And those first few moments, those first few weeks are going to be super beneficial when it comes to support. So know what your role is there. Again, have this discussion beforehand. Your partner will need to rest and nourish themselves and have emotional support more than ever during this time. So know what that looks like. Know what your role is. Are you cooking meals? Are you bringing them meals? Are you making sure that their water bottle is filled? Are you changing the diapers? Whatever it might be, whatever that looks like, make sure that this is laid out. You're aware of the expectations again, and you know what your role is during postpartum. So a few things that you can do to help is handling meals and laundry, some household tasks that they are usually responsible for, maybe watering plants, taking the dog on a walk, whatever it might be. Make sure that you are helping take over these things temporarily, making sure snacks and water is by their bedside, making sure that you are fueling your body as well, because if you're not nourishing yourself, you can't be showing up and nourishing them. If you are off from work and available for them, make sure you're utilizing your time in supporting them. Maybe learning a little bit about breastfeeding if that is the journey and that is what that looks like, and helping them with different positions or burping or just information in general. Maybe there's something that you heard in your birth class that you can remind them of. And then also watching out for signs of any sort of postpartum mood changes, any sort of signs that they might be having postpartum anxiety or depression, and having a plan set in place for if that is the situation. And just remember that birth can be really intense for not only the birthing person, but for partners as well. So make as much room as possible for processing your experience, asking questions, resting when you can, and really just don't forget about yourself as well, because we all need to be thriving and staying on top of things and trying to do our best as much as possible. So make sure that you're setting things in place too, so that your postpartum can be set up the best way possible as well. So there you have it. There's a guide for partner support, how to prepare for birth, and how you can be having a beautiful experience. Birth isn't something that just happens to one person. It is such a shared experience for everybody that's there. And when both of you feel prepared and confident, that energy is what sets the tone for your entire journey into parenthood. So if you found this helpful, please share this episode. Maybe share it with your partner or anybody that you know that is preparing for birth who might find this information useful. And don't forget, inside of our Own Your Birth Childbirth education course, we have an entire section dedicated to partner prep, and we have checklists and comfort techniques and scripts for advocacy and all of this really good, helpful information throughout the whole entire course that is going to be beneficial. So if you want a more deep dive on this, you can check that out in the show notes and get that information as well. But you've got this. You're doing amazing. And I wish you the best in your birth and postpartum experiences. So see you later. Thank you, mamas, so much for listening. Remember, you are a rock star. I believe in you. Let's doula this. Let's crank it up a notch and let's kick it into high gear together. Hit that subscribe button, share this episode with a friend, message me, email me, call me, beat me. You know how to reach me. We're doing this, mamas. I am so excited to catch you here next week. This is your one-stop go-to place for helping you find the resources you need to make the best choices for you and your family during pregnancy, birth, and most importantly, postpartum. See you later, mamas.